Ah, candles. Used for centuries by humans for light, comfort, and scent. But how exactly do they work? Well, I'm here to tell you all about them. This is candles, scented centerpieces. Now, I don't think it'll be a shock to hear that candles are made of wax. Everyone knows that. But what exactly is wax? Well, there are many different types that have been used throughout the years, but most of the oldest kinds of candles were made of various animal byproducts. There's tallow, which is animal fat, beeswax, which of course comes from bees, and perhaps the most fascinating of these three, spermaceti, which came from sperm whales. While certainly the cruelest of the three, there's actually a lot of interesting history in spermaceti. See, the whole reason it's called that was because the first time a whaler cut open a sperm whale, they noticed their head was filled with this white waxy substance. And, due to its appearance, the whalers assumed that it was semen. Yeah, it's not exactly a scientific conclusion, but they did find out it made for a great candle. So, they would boil the spermaceti, and the leftover purified wax they'd sell off to make candles, cosmetics, and whatever else people wanted to use it for back then. What really fascinates me is that for a period of time, people were using candles what they believed to be made out of whale semen, and were just totally okay with that. And that is actually why they are called sperm whales. Thankfully, no one makes spermaceti candles anymore, since hunting whales is pretty agreed upon as taboo. Some farmers will still use tallow for wax, and beeswax is still very popular as well. But most modern candles are made of soy or paraffin. Soy is just as it sounds, it's made from soybeans. But paraffin is a petroleum byproduct that gets made when crude oil is refined into gasoline. It's the most popular wax type, and is in most candles you'll see in stores. Now, all these different types of wax are nice and all, but where does it go when I burn it? Why don't I have wax all over my walls? Well, waxes are hydrocarbons, which means they're made of hydrogen and carbon atoms. So, when you light the wick of a candle, the heat of the flame melts the wax around it. Then, the liquid wax gets drawn up by the wick and fuels the fire. The hydrocarbons of the wax simply get converted to water vapor and carbon dioxide. So that's why you never see more than some soot residue when burning a candle. All the wax is simply converted to stuff that's already in the air. And, for all you hypochondriacs out there, I've done a bunch of research into the safety concerns of burning candles, and the answer may surprise you. They are toxic. And so is the sun, bananas, car exhaust, pigs, and phones! Everything on this wonderful planet can kill you or give you cancer. And at the end of the day, candles are no different. They can produce extremely trace amounts of toxins, but so trace it's never actually really going to matter in terms of your health. The worst thing they put out is soot, and breathing that in isn't great, but as long as you're not directly above the candle, you should be fine. The most important thing to remember, just with any kind of flame you're burning indoors, is make sure you're doing it in a well-ventilated area, and you'll be perfectly fine. Now, I guess technically, they do produce CO2, which is bad for the environment, but everything does that. Like you. So if you really care about the environment, just avoid leaving them lit for unnecessary amounts of time. And don't use paraffin, I guess, since it is an oil byproduct. In summary, candles won't hurt you. Just make sure your room is well ventilated and be careful as you would with any open flame. Candles are used for all kinds of purposes. Religion, romance, celebration, even just to mask the smell of your rank bedroom. It's pretty neat how they work, and this one smells like strawberry ice cream. Well, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Variety Educational with Thomas Summers.